Good morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast and happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having an amazing hump day.
Let's get the Strice brothers out to celebrate hump day. We have our pillows. The Strice bros are here in spirit. They're actually extremely busy today packing for an amazing weekend out east. They are so excited because they're such Hamptons girlies.
Brass and strass and 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 brass and strass. You know, Bryson Streisand is kind of the song that never ends.
I was just thinking that. When do you end it?
The thing about me is, like, when I learned that song, I never unlearned it, and I will never. I will be singing that song well into my 90s. This is the. Do people know that song?
Okay, I think everybody knows that song. I think everyone is really hoping that you don't start it because I don't think there's a more annoying song or anything out there, and I really think it will be harmful for your brand if you start singing that song.
I just feel like there might be people who don't know what song I'm talking about. I'll sing it once, okay?
No. I personally, I'm boycotting this.
This is the song that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it not knowing what it was, but they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song that... And then it goes on and on and on. And don't lie, I saw your shoulder shaking a little. That song has a way with words.
I can't.
You like the beat.
I can't talk about this song.
Why?
I hate it so much.
Oh my God, I love it.
You did a nice rendition. I'll give that to you. But... I need to move on from this song. I think I have trauma.
Why?
Because it's so annoying.
It's gorgeous.
No.
For me, the concept of a song that doesn't end, heaven.
Let us know what you think. Are you pro or con?
Yeah. Everyone's going to be con, but that's because they don't know anything. They don't know shit about fuck, as you would say.
Put it in the swear jar.
No, bitch, that's your thing. You owe me $1.25.
Okay. No, I owe baby to baby $1.25.
I'll send it. Don't worry. I'll make sure the money gets there.
Oh, sure. She's going to run a Ponzi scheme through my swear jar.
Buy a purse. Today is Wednesday, which means a multitude of things. The first thing it means is that our live show, Breaking Bread, our Spotify original, has a new episode coming out tonight. We will be live from 7 p.m. Eastern Time to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can listen live on the Spotify app, or if you want to download the Spotify Live app, make a username, join the chat, get pulled on stage. That'll be really fun. It also means that we have Dear Toasters today, which I'm super excited about because I read through them, and the last one is truly a doozy.
Wow.
I don't know if we're going to be able to give proper guidance because it's truly a conundrum.
I think you need to make that the first one because sometimes by the third one, I'm still thinking about the first two and I can't wrap my head around
Jackie.
it. That's just a little secret, a trick of the trade.
Jackie. Done.
Wow, you're so...
efficient.
What's the word? Accommodating.
It's a pleasure. Today's episode is also really special because at the end of the podcast, we have an interview with Jill Zarin talking Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. The video is also on YouTube, so check that out. And just sit back, relax, and enjoy the power of the toast. You know, by the time you're done listening to this episode, it's basically July 4th weekend for you guys.
100%. Would you say that we have a great show for them today?
Do you want me to say that? Are you ready to start?
No. I feel like there's so much more to be said. Actually, I literally... every day, it's like when we do the show, but just my days in general, when I'm done with the day, I never think about it again. I don't know what I did yesterday. Every day I sit here, I'm like, what did I do that I wanted to share? IDK.
You know, I think that's part of survival.
Leaving things in the past.
Yeah.
But yesterday we did record the Redheads episode about girls with bright futures, and Claudia joined.
I did. Jackie, we were FaceTiming, and she was like, I'm going to go record the Redheads. She was sitting at her desk with her microphone, and I'm like... should I make this about me? And I definitely did. You know, I think that 4 people is the most amount of people you really can and should have on a podcast.
And to add a 5th who's no wallflower.
Right. Definitely, I think Dana was, most affected by my presence because she probably gets sidelined most of the time because she's not shy, but she's not as loud as everyone else.
Yeah.
I definitely think it was a really fun thing that I shouldn't do again because it is too many people.
Yeah, it was, but we had a really good time and, one more opinion. And Claudia actually took a stance that no one else had. So I'm glad you added value to the conversation.
Yeah, justice for Kelly.
Justice for Kelly. Also, what's crazy is that this is already my 6th podcast I'm doing this week, and it's only Wednesday morning.
Wow, that's insane.
Isn't that insane?
And we have to do one more after
same
this.
for you because you did Redheads.
Yes.
And by tonight it'll be 7. No. Tonight we have 7 and 8. 7 we're recording after this for Patreon.
And then Breaking Bread.
And then Breaking Bread is 8. 8 podcasts in 3 days. Podcast. They never sleep. We're giving you content all weekend, you guys. So if you're on a trip in a share house with people that you don't know because you're with your partner's friends, like, listen to The Toast. We're here for you.
That's why, like, whenever I see, like, any people I follow have podcasts, and most podcasts are weekly, and they're like, oh, I have to actually do it tomorrow. Like, what? Like, if they're always saying I'm going to do it on Monday, and it's like, actually, I'm going to come out on Tuesday this week. What were you doing? And that's not to say, like, recording a 60-minute podcast isn't a lot of work. It is. But, like, literally, what are you doing?
When a person has 7 days and they need an 8th day.
Yeah, no, and, like, you're always doing, people always are like, I'm going to do every Monday. But more often than not, they're like, actually, this week I'm going to do Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's like, girly, we're doing 8 podcasts in 3 days. But then again, that's why we're titans in our industry.
Right. That's why we're number 5 on the comedy charts right now, and we have 2 episodes in the top 10.
Yes.
I saw that this morning. I actually screenshotted it, and I was like, gonna post it to my story because I was feeling #proud.
As you should, bitch. As you should.
I think I will. I, like, never brag on myself unless it's like I'm reposting someone else, you know?
Unless someone else is doing it for you.
Right. But, like, even the number 2 on Spotify thing, I didn't see until someone put it in Toast After Dark. Though I do look at the charts. I never even thought, we're never on the Spotify charts ever because,
That's
like,
true.
most people listen on Apple Podcasts. So I don't even go there because it's a little depressing and it feels like we're being shadow
Irrelevant.
banned.
Yeah. Irrelevant girlies.
No,
Irrelevant
but we're
uglies.
just irrelevant.
Yeah, no, and that's, there is comfort in being irrelevant.
100%.
So, I think part of this job is, like, it comes in waves. Like, a lot of people are talking about you, and then, like, there's a lull. And when you're in a lull, you're like, oh my God, like, my life is over. Like, at least for me, like, that's how I feel. I'm like, I'm depressed. No one's talking about me. And then, like, a peak will come. And even if people are talking about you, it's always going to be good and bad.
Of course.
So then I'm in a peak, and I'm like, shit, like, I would long for the days of being irrelevant.
Right. Like, just quiet out the noise.
Right. That's just, like, the mental health roller coaster of being a podcaster.
And an influencer. And
Yeah.
we speak on behalf of influencers. Like,
Everywhere.
we're kind of the voice for the influencers.
So it's actually so funny. I said after Monday's episode, I got so many messages from influencers, like, thanking me for my tirade, justice for influencers. Yesterday, I got so many messages from Tuesday's episode being like, why do I feel like the influencer you were talking about who you, like, hate follow is me? I'm like, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like, girly, if I follow you, like, I love you. I don't follow people I hate.
Right. Can you tell us, like, who thought it was them?
Just some talkers, some, like, people, like, that I'm friends with. I think they were, like, joking, but, like,
Oh,
I think they were messaging me to find out who the influencer was, but I will take the secret to my grave.
I love that for you.
To my grave.
And as will I.
I know.
Steel trap.
And that's what's so important about being in business with your sister.
Yeah.
Because if you were just, like, my friend, you wouldn't really, like, you would keep the secret, but, like, if someone pressed you and, like, you were drinking, like, you would say it. But you're bound by blood by that secret. And I don't
drink.
Right. And I don't have a lot of secrets. Do you?
No, I think, like, secrets, for one, it's important to have, like, personal, like, things
Boundaries.
and thoughts, whatever, but it's like they say, secrets keep you sick, and if you can talk about something, like, it already uns the burden.
That's true.
So that's my philosophy.
I like that.
And I try to, like, if there's something going on that's maybe a secret, like, I definitely tell, like, you.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
mom and, like, our family.
Yeah.
I don't have secrets from, like, my close circle.
Yeah, you don't.
No,
Okay,
I don't.
cool.
I'm really, like, an open book. I should probably keep more secrets.
Close it up. Close your legs to married men.
Close my book to married men.
Well, we have a great show. And I'm ready to start if you are.
I guess so.
How's Harry?
He's good. Thank you for asking. He's just a sweet little nugget.
Dreaming of Auntie?
Dreaming of Auntie. You know, he really loves you so much.
You know what I'm dreaming of? Like, spending, like, 4 days uninterrupted in the same house as Harry. Like, that is going to be, like, so special.
No, and he, like, got all of these clothes for the 4th of July. He's such a patriot. Like, he loves his country. And he's really going to be in theme all weekend. It's going to be really special.
You guys, like, I cannot wait. And I've spent, like, uninterrupted time, not to, like, pit niece against nephew, but, like, my only experience.
But here I go.
But my only experience, like, with children is, of course, Michaela. Like, my first everything was with Michaela. And it was amazing.
You never forget your first.
You never forget your first. But Michaela, like, did and does hate me with, like, a deep, fiery passion. And I get it. Like, I'm super annoying. Like, and I guess she doesn't want to be, like, entertained all the time. Like, she'd rather hang out with her friends or, like, watch TV or play with her toys. But there's something about Harry that he is, like, obsessed with my annoying energy. And to have that energy received is so fulfilling. Like, I really can't put into words, like, what that's like.
Like, Harry would love the song that never ends.
Done.
He would love it. He's like, it never ends. Sign me up.
Sign me up. And Harry, like, I swear, like, I always sing to children because that's, like, my talent. Most kids, like Michaela, would just, like, look the other way. Harry, eye contact, smile, giggle. thinks it's the best thing. Like he's obviously like a true. I feel like he's
He's
going
a
to grow up to be
connoisseur of the arts.
I think he's going to grow up to be a talent agent. Like he sees talent. He knows what's good.
That's so true.
We should get him a
He
job.
could also be like a film critic, like Ebert and Roper.
Oh my God, I could totally see him on the back of Taxi TV, Sandy Canyon with the Eyewitness News Movie Minute.
But he would just think everything was so amazing.
No. What are you trying to say?
No, like he loves everything. He loves entertainment.
No, I
period.
think if someone was singing poorly, he wouldn't smile and like.
Why I sing and he loves it.
But you're his mom. Like he heard
That's true.
he heard your voice in utero. Like he knows you.
That's true.
Me, actually, you know, somebody did say something in our Toast After Dark Patreon group that I thought was really poignant. Because we were talking maybe on a Patreon just about how, like, obviously I'm Harry's favorite auntie, truly by default because I spend the most time with him. But we definitely have this connection. And someone was like, you know, you sat here for 9 months pregnant, sitting with me for an hour every day. I talk like 75% of the time. Like, Harry definitely knows my voice. And then Then when he came out of the womb, he was like, oh, that's that bitch. That's my bitch.
Yeah.
That's my morning toast girly.
I like that theory.
Me too. And I think it's totally possible.
I think so too.
Makes you think.
Makes you think.
Maybe I gotta go like sing around all the pregnant people I know, just so when their babies come out, we have a connection.
You find favor in their eyes.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
You know those machines that like you put like two things on the belly and then there's wires connected to a microphone?
Yeah.
First of all, when I'm pregnant, I will be purchasing one of those. And second of all, I'm gonna purchase one now, like to go around to all the pregnant people I know and just like serenade their children.
Love that for you.
You're welcome. You can
Just
start a
realized-
business.
I just realized I haven't eaten a thing like all day. My stomach was making crazy noise.
All day.
No.
It's not 4 p.m. It's literally 9 a.m.
Okay, well, when you wake up early, it's like late in the day.
Would you like some of my Fiber One bar?
No, because we're doing so well on the charts and I don't want to ruin things.
Yeah, no chewing.
So I'll starve.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Should we dive in?
Now I feel ready to dive in. So without further ado,
where are you?
come back to the toast.
Wait, do it again.
Do, where are you?
Wait, why are you changing the melody?
Why can't I improv? It's only okay when you do it.
Yes. Do, where are you? Come back to your auntie.
Come back to your auntie.
Come back to your welcome.
Come back to Brasenstrassen.
Brasenstrassen. We need to release an EP. Like
of all the toast jingles. And by the way, like that would be an amazing album for kids.
Okay, so let's say how many songs? Maybe you need like 6 to 8 minimum to be on an EP. Bryson Streisand, obviously. Dora the Explorer.
Perfect angel Dora.
Love of my life, Dora.
Sweet kisses Dora.
Crunchy lips, Dora.
Sweetest fur Dora.
That's actually the song that never ends.
Oh, that is. Okay.
Final story.
Yes.
Wait, we have more.
Well, we have some other ones.
Snitch
that
on the
we
Toast.
Snitch on the Toast, but I'm bum. You were singing, like we have some personal songs that we sing. I don't know if we would include those, like when you sing like Rocks in Tree.
Lil Harry.
That's
such a good song.
So we can maybe add that like in the bonus Patreon edition.
Yeah. Oh, welcome to the morning toast. Welcome to the morning toast. We'd probably have to get like copyright, like licensing for that from She's the Man.
Yeah, but there's one other song. Oh, and then also sometimes, what was the new Bryce one?
Brasenstrassen.
No, there was one member.
You got it.
Oh, first of all, Bruna. And also, Thuma.
No, that would be one song. Like one verse Bruna, one verse Thuma.
Yeah, but there was the one. Bruna,
It's a Bruno. You know who we need to tap for this? First of all, like we actually like if we do it, like we need serious like people. And you know who? So you know Jackie Schimmel's husband
see us in the studio.
I could see us.
By the
way, Jackie Schimmel's husband is like a big music producer. He works on like one of my favorite One Direction songs. She told me once. And whenever she does anything like musically, like he does it for her like in their office. Like we need that.
We do.
Like, my God, if Ben could just, like, work in music.
We need to go to the studio, lay down some tracks, and, like, upload that. We also are in a studio.
Yeah, no, but this is not the right... As someone who's recorded 2 flop songs, you need like a real studio. And if anyone out here is like friendly with, or you yourselves are like a music producer who's been like, I don't want like a producer. I need everyone to do the whole thing, you know, lay the tracks. We can write the lyrics and of course perform them. But like, I think if we came out with like a children's EP, it would be so popular.
Agreed. And now that we're saying this, like people are going to come out of the woodwork with more songs that we have. Like we also have, I just took like for,
DNA test turns out I'm 100%
Russian. Even when I'm fleeing countries. Yeah, I've got heart problems. That's a puppy in me. Bling, bling, then I solve them. That's a doctor in me. Should have had a bad tigs. Just a little.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that'll be like the rap. This is Kids Bop.
What is the EP going to be called?
Toast Tunes.
Oh my God, bitch. I was literally going to say that.
It's just writing itself.
Okay, we're always like saying things we're gonna do and never do them.
But literally Kids Bop. It should be called Toast Bop.
And the thing is like it's fun for all ages. Moms and kids alike. Kid tested, mother approved.
I think people are gonna love this.
Yeah, we just have to like do it.
Yeah. Wow, I love that for us.
Yeah, me too.
And we have a relationship with Spotify, so they have to put it on the new releases page on New Music Friday.
Obviously.
We need Bryson Stratton on New Music Friday, and I won't settle for anything less.
For every Friday in perpetuity.
Yeah. Because it's Strade,
gotta get down on Strade. Very good.
Okay, now without further ado, it is time for the Fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
Today's episode is brought to you by Peloton. Peloton has a team of world-class instructors ready to motivate you 24/7. Peloton instructors are highly trained fitness pros who motivate you through every workout, whether you're a regular mom at the gym or someone who is new and getting back into working out. Whatever your fitness level is, Peloton instructors don't just teach, they motivate. They have thousands of live and on-demand classes so you can keep it fresh always. From cycling and strength training to yoga and running, experiment with new types of movement, judgment-free at a level and pace that feels good for you. Jackie, I know you are a Peloton girly. Tell everyone your username if they want to follow like the DearToasters.
I get so many messages asking for my username. I should make it a highlight, but I don't. My username is Jackie OW, and I've done a ton of running classes, boot camp, cycling, and I do really good class curation, I'm not gonna lie, and then I just go into my class history and redo the classes I've already done, and I'm like, why does this instructor always talk about how she used to work in banking? And it's like, because I'm listening to the same class over and over again. But Peloton has thousands of classes. They have arm weights, yoga, they have literally any type of workout that you would want to do. I love Peloton. This ad is really just like calling me out though, because you know it's been a minute since I got on my bike.
You are allowed.
I'm a Peloton girly through and through. We have the DearToasters community. It's a Facebook group. We do rides together at like certain times of day. It's so much fun. Everyone high fives one another. Like if you've been on the fence about getting a Peloton, this is your sign. Hop the fence.
Right now is the perfect time to try out Peloton because the Peloton Bike Plus is now $500 less, and it's the best price yet. Includes free delivery and setup. And there are more game-changing prices available on the original Peloton bike and the Peloton Tread. So visit onepeloton.com to learn more.
Great. Thank you so much. Our first story, a little justice news, but it's lacking in justice as well.
Okay.
Ghislaine Maxwell, the accomplice to Jeffrey Epstein, has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for sex trafficking.
Bye.
Peace out.
What's the injustice?
The injustice is that she's sentenced for sex trafficking, but who was she trafficking to?
Right. Like,
how can you be like sentenced for a crime of like, you know, helping facilitate sex trafficking and rape and abuse, but who were the abusers and the rapists? Yeah, no, I think there's something like that feels unfulfilling about this Ghislaine Maxwell story. Like we've been so focused on it, and now that we got the verdict, it's like that's great. Not one name, not one client.
She's the one person who went down. Like it's so bizarre.
No, but like how can you be like on a solo mission of sex trafficking? Like was she the one doing like trafficking them for herself?
Well, maybe she didn't sing for her supper and that's why she got a heavy sentence. Like if she had given names, she probably could have gotten like 4 or 5 years.
No, I don't know if it's that or it's just like the media covering up like these big wigs.
No, it would have come out. It would have come out.
Why? Her trial was like,
no, if she had said
it wasn't in the trial.
No, and then those people would be prosecuted. We would know if she said any names. And her sentence would be much less.
I don't think it was because she's a good friend. I don't think
she's a good friend. I think probably like her family will be taking care of like something, you know?
Yeah. It's just...
It's like sometimes I hate to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but when it comes to Ghislaine and Jeffrey, like there's no way you can't be a conspiracy theorist.
It's not conspiracy. This is straight facts. She did this whole sex trafficking ring. Who was on the plane? Who was at the island? Like those people are... need to go down. Like even the... What's his name? Prince Andrews.
Yeah.
Like,
where's the justice? That's so true. No, it feels incomplete, this story. And while we love Queen Ghislaine,
it feels like theater. You know, it's like here
performative.
Like this person, it's over, done with, case is closed, justice has been served. And it's like, but what about the whole ring?
Yeah,
like, this was a major operation.
That's a really good
what
call.
about the fact that Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself? Like, what about all that?
I know, and I know we've all moved on, like, from that time period where, like, literally the word out of everyone's mouth was Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
The
but
name
like,
on everyone's lips.
Right. But we need to get back to that because, like, literally he didn't kill himself. Question mark.
Yeah.
Question mark.
So every time, like, the story resurfaces, they could be telling me, like, Ghislaine Maxwell will be paying for the rest of her life for what she did, but it's like, it's just not enough.
And I just want to say, if Ghislaine Maxwell turns up, quote unquote, dead in prison, meaning she, like, fled the country and is living the life of Riley in, like, Antarctica, I will have questions.
I heard that Antarctica is beautiful this time of year, and it's really the place where you go to live the life of Riley.
Well, it has to be one of those countries that doesn't have extradition, right? Is that the word?
Yes.
Like where a criminal can live and they don't have to send them back to the States.
Yes, but that would mean that, like, we know that that's where they are.
Yeah.
You know, I think if she fled, it wouldn't be like, send her
like,
back.
If she did protect the most powerful people in the world, like, in exchange, they could get her out of prison into a safe house. Like, she could live in a palace in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, by the sea.
By the sea, yeah. Sounds nice. Mm-hmm. So
they could rebuy the island for her and she can go live there.
It's on sale.
Literally.
So, Ghislaine, from the bottom of my toes to the top of my fucking scalp. Fuck you.
Is that a TikTok sound?
Yeah, Tana Mojo. Gotta get Tana on the podcast.
Got to.
There's, like, a couple people who I just feel like if we say their names, like, we'll get them on. But, like, people I really do want to interview, Tana Mojo being one of them.
Yeah.
There's so many questions.
I've become such a big fan of hers
She's
over the years.
So funny. And, like, I don't really watch her content or anything, but, like, I do like her. And I do think, like, as a big time loser move, I did, like, slide into her DMs recently and just, like, respond to one of her stories. Like, lol, ha, you know?
Maybe it made you lol haha.
It did. That's why I'm a genuine person.
I sometimes do that to people because, like, you should know that it was lol haha.
Yeah.
And
like,
when someone, like, reaches out to me and it was like lol and it's like, you know, fellow influencer, I'm like, I made you laugh.
Yeah, no. And then if, like, I message someone who I've never spoken to before and I see that they've messaged me previously, like, responding to a story or something, I'm like, oh my God, we are friends.
Right. Did she follow you, Tana?
No. Yeah, so that was,
got to work on that.
That was sad, yeah.
Yeah. Are you ready for our next story?
I am.
Some very scary news. Travis Barker was rushed to the hospital in an ambulance with Kourtney by his side. On Tuesday afternoon, Travis Barker was rushed to the hospital. The drummer was photographed lying on a stretcher outside Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in LA, while the Kardashian star followed on foot. The musician was seen being wheeled out of the ambulance while holding his right hand up, which showed his unmistakable skull tattoo. Kourtney, for her part, was seen only from the back. She was in an all-black ensemble and had her hoodie up over her head. The reality star's security team followed closely behind in a black Range Rover, tailing the ambulance as they arrived at the hospital. Both vehicles were apparently entered through the wrong area and were redirected by hospital personnel to a different entrance. Right after the story made headlines, Travis's 16-year-old daughter posted, "Please send your prayers." And also in the midst of this medical emergency, Travis tweeted, "God save me," at 10:45 a.m. It also is worth noting it is the name of his song with Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, and I thought it was before.
But the timing is eerie.
I thought it was before he was photographed at the hospital.
It was at 10:45 a.m.
And I think, well, that's...
And it was the afternoon he was rushed. Okay, so maybe it's just like weird
coincidence,
timing.
yeah. And then he was, I think, supposed to perform with MGK, and his son Landon stepped in.
Wow.
Which is cool, obviously not under these circumstances. And they haven't told us, like, what's going on. I just feel like if you go to the hospital in an ambulance, like, there's something really bad. Like,
yeah.
Because a lot of people, like, if you go to the hospital, like, someone can drive you. Mm-hmm. And I think, obviously not for the Kardashians, but most people don't go to the hospital in an ambulance because it's so expensive. Mm-hmm. But, like, if you're in an ambulance, that's, like, dire need of care immediately.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, really concerned.
Me too.
And obviously, like, they don't owe us an explanation. Like, medical privacy is a thing, but, like, I'm beyond curious, like, what's going on.
Of course. I agree. Curious, respect their privacy.
Yeah.
Hope he's okay.
Like, hopefully it's just, you know, appendix. You
also,
know?
like, Alabama saying, "Please send your prayers," cry emoji is, like, really sad.
Scary, yeah. I wonder what's going on. You think it has anything to do with his arm? If his arm was, like, up in the photographs, even though that could mean nothing.
I don't think so. It looks like it looks like an okay arm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what, like, maybe they make you keep your arms up.
Right, but they're, like, so healthy, you know, like the cleanses, and they're vegan.
Right.
So I wonder.
Yeah.
Sending prayers, truly, that's so scary.
Yeah.
Kourtney must be bugging. I feel like she doesn't do well under, like, in a crisis.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that.
So I'm
But
just
you never
like,
know until you're tested.
yeah, that's true. Actually, I think you do well in a crisis. I'm
Yeah.
like full fucking panic. The world is burning.
Yeah.
Shred the files. Like I am the worst in a panic situation. If the crisis is about me,
If it's about someone else,
I think I'm extremely rational, honestly,
I think I'm
because I don't care.
I'm really good in a crisis. One, because that's just like my nature. But two, I don't realize something's a big deal until way after it happens.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, you know?
Yes, I agree with that assessment.
So that way, so I see something, I'm like, okay. And
Right.
then it's like later, I'm like, girl.
Yeah, no, I'll see something and always think it's a bigger deal than it is.
Oh, yeah.
Like a drama queen.
Yeah, like, yeah, that's
You know who the worst
That's
person
how I
in a
cope.
crisis is?
Ben Suffer.
The worst person in a crisis. Like, you think I'm bad? He's so dramatic. Like, let's go to the greatest lengths. Like, the thing you would do as the last resort. He's like, yeah, let's do it first. He's just not good in a crisis.
That's so funny.
Yeah. And he should be, because he's the oldest kid in his family. And, like, you have to have, like, a sense of, like, calm. And, you know, like, Olivia's very...
Olivia's a little drama.
Yeah. Olivia's not drama, but Olivia just, like, talks in hyperbole exclusively.
Yeah.
And she'll admit that to you.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say like no. And Olivia's someone that you want to go to like when you have to clean up your mess. And
Yeah.
like she'll help you. Like she'll get the shovel and she'll help you
Bury the body. And she'll never say a word about it.
no, but she will. It'll be very exaggerated.
Yeah. She was like, so we were in this forest.
Yeah, it was literally 1,000 degrees.
We had to walk 200
12
meters.
miles.
Yeah. Olivia loves to exaggerate with, like, numbers.
Yeah, 200 packs of gum.
Oh my God, that's what I was just going to say. Can you remind me of that story? That's, by the way, so in our family, Olivia probably hates it, but we're always saying, like, she's an exaggerator. And it started with this one story.
No, it's just like this story was emblematic of how she exaggerates. I don't remember the details, but loosely I remember that like
we were on vacation.
Young, we were on vacation. We were going to Walgreens.
Yes.
But we were old enough to like go to the pharmacy for ourselves, and we bought like what we wanted. Maybe you bought a pack of gum and I bought a pack of gum. And somehow when we got home, like we were all fighting, and she was like, "Well, you guys were the ones who needed to go and buy 200 packs of gum."
No, and she ratted us out. Like,
yeah.
She was like, they literally bought 200 packs of gum. We're like, what? And back, like, as the oldest, like, Olivia's word is gospel.
Right.
Like, we could fight and argue and have proof. Look, there's just 2 packs. Doesn't matter, because Olivia is the
It's
oldest.
as if we chewed 198
on the way
packs.
home. So it's like Olivia's word is gospel. And like, it was so frustrating as a kid, because like, you can't argue, because Olivia's the oldest. When we went to the Walgreens, she was in charge.
Right.
So
Maybe like we didn't get something that we needed to get because we spent the money
buying
on
200 packs of gum. Like, oh my God, I totally forgot about that. And she like, fucking ratted us out. Like, we didn't even do anything. We just wanted gum.
Yeah. 200 packs though.
Yeah, I can't. That's so Olivia. She's going to kill us.
Kill us. Okay. Our next story, the ships are sinking, you guys.
Yeah.
Anna Kendrick and Bill Hader have broken up.
We should add them to our list. Maybe not Anna Kendrick, but Bill Hader for sure.
Yeah, Bill Hader for sure. And Anna Kendrick, who did she used to date? You know who she always reminds me of?
Who? Rachel Bilson?
Kat Dennings.
Oh, Kat Dennings used to date Josh Groban. That's why
Yes.
you love Kat Dennings.
Add Josh Groban to the list.
Kat Dennings.
Can't think of anyone more eligible.
Kat Dennings unfollowed me on Instagram, even though we've like had DM'd a couple times, like exchanging like replies. I thought it was like incredibly hurtful.
Damn.
Let me see if she ever. I unfollowed her. Once I realized it, I unfollowed her back immediately.
What about Josh Groban and Khloe Kardashian?
I knew you were gonna say that.
That to me, like, I think I could retire.
Yeah, she unfollowed.
I
me.
could retire peacefully knowing that Khloe Kardashian was sleeping in the arms of Josh Groban.
Or Bill Hader. He's like a funny guy.
He's
I think
tall.
it's age appropriate.
Yeah.
I could see him like vibing with the
Actually,
Kardashians.
I could see, like, now that Kim is with Pete, like,
the SNL
Khloe,
crew.
yeah, like Khloe being open to someone
Funny.
of that nature.
Yeah.
And Bill coming across her desk.
Yeah. Honestly, even though I'm not like an Anna Kendrick girly, I did think this was like a nice couple, because they were like really low key and quiet, and they've kind of been together for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the types of relationships you don't really expect to break up.
Yeah, these to me, like, if you had told me they've been married for 20 years, I would have been like, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. But he also briefly dated Rachel Bilson,
And
right?
I miss them already.
That was like an iconic, and you know, I just didn't see for Bill Hader like becoming like this bachelor man about town.
No,
like,
I could see it because in Trainwreck,
Yes.
he was everything.
I think he owes all of his A-list star relationships to Amy Schumer, because I think we can all agree that we were not looking at Bill Hader like that until his role in Trainwreck.
135%.
We were just like
plus 200 packs of gum.
We were just like that funny guy from SNL. He's in some of our favorite films and shows, but we are now seeing him in a whole new light. And it's started the second I walked out of the theater watching Trainwreck.
Yeah.
And that's on telling the truth.
I'm sad for him and Anna, though. I'm not going to remember this because I barely remember that they were together. And when we announced that they were together, I was like, wait, he broke up with Rachel Bilson. And when they announced he was with Rachel Bilson, I was like, wait, he's dating Rachel Bilson?
Yeah, no, it's shocking.
It's really shocking to keep all of this apart. But if he were to date Chloe, I would never forget it.
Never, ever forget.
Or Josh Groban. Are you ready for our next story?
Only if it's a story that's brought to you by Caraway Home's non-toxic cookware and bakeware collections, so that you can make healthier cooking a piece of cake. The non-toxic kitchen wares are all designed for the modern home, and they feature a chemical-free ceramic coating, so food can be prepped with peace of mind that no hard-to-pronounce compound is going to leach into your healthy ingredients. All of the sets come equipped with easy access storage solutions so that no stacking is required. The cookware set, which is modern and chemical-free iteration of the traditional 16-piece set, is boiled down to just the essentials, which is so, like, who the fuck needs 16 pieces? You need a frying pan, a saute pan, a saucepan, and a Dutch oven. That's all you need. I have the 4-piece. First of all, it's so cute. I got it in pink, and it just, like, looks good in my...
Gorgeous.
In my home, and it really is, like, so... You're like, it's just a pan. It's really so much better and so different than, like, all the crappy pans I have in my drawers.
It's not like other pans.
It's not. It's so easy to clean. It's so easy to clean. It doesn't scratch nearly as easily as, like, some of the other ones I have in my cabinets. They also have a bakeware set, which is an assortment of non-toxic baking essentials that every modern kitchen needs, so you can get to baking without any of the bads. They're super well loved. They have tons of great reviews. Their naturally slick surface means minimal oil or butter for a slide off the pan egg. And again, they're non-toxic, and they have no hard to pronounce chemicals like PFAs, PTFE, PFAO. Oh my God.
PTFO.
So if you want to check out Caraway Home's non-toxic cookware, visit carawayhome.com/TMT. Take advantage of this limited time offer for 10% off your next purchase. The deal is exclusive for our listeners, so visit carawayhome.com/TMT or use code TMT at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern, and that's TMT as in the morning toast. Duh.
Get your NLOPs.
Yeah, get your fucking ass up and cook.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have to tell people. This is a Canva Pro situation.
100%.
100%. Stop letting your food stick on your pan.
You know, before I released my Grammy-winning song, 100%, we had like a few different iterations of the chorus.
Yeah, what was one of them?
And sometimes when I say 100%, I say it like the old chorus. It was supposed to be like 100%. Dum dum da. Tell the DJ that I'm here tonight. Kind of sounds good.
Wait. That's really good.
Yeah. So when I say 100%, that's from like my old, one of the demos, you know, as they say in the industry.
It must be so hard for you artists to keep apart the final version.
There's sometimes like I think of my old demo for Toast. It stunk. I'm so glad we didn't go with it. It was like, how does that song start?
Honey, tell me gonna have a good time.
It's been a while, I've been waiting. And it was.
That's 100%.
Oh, fuck. Wait, how does the verse of Toast start?
Honey, tell me gonna have a good time.
That's something.
1,000 hands up to the sky.
Can't let it fade. So it was supposed to be like, can't let it fade. We got a sparkle in our eyes. Can't let it wait.
Disney song.
I'm counting down until we start. We're renegades. We come to play.
Put that on Toast Tunes.
Play hard.
Put
Unreleased
this on Toast
demos.
Tunes. Yeah, because
it sounds good when I sing it, but I have like videos from the studio and it was like turn.
Damn.
But you won't know until you get in the studio. You know, us musicians know that.
Obviously, that's why we have to get in the studio. If I were to put out an album on Spotify, it would just go to show you anyone can do anything.
Anything is possible if you just believe.
No, and if you work really hard and force people to listen to your voice.
No, of course. Like we would, once we got you in the studio, like we would show you like how to sing the right pitch and the right key, and then like a little auto tune.
Star. I love that. Okay, our next story, speaking of stars, Lizzo teaches James Corden about time dance on Carpool Karaoke and shares how Beyonce inspired her career. So last week, Claudia was saying that James Corden was teasing the biggest artist on the world was going to be in Carpool Karaoke.
He's the biggest artist in music right now.
And she thought it was going to be Taylor Swift, and I said, no, who did I say it was going to be?
I don't know.
I feel like I guess like Doja Cat.
Oh, yeah.
And it's Lizzo, and I,
we were wrong.
Stand by what I said, which was like he was being extremely literal.
Yeah, in music right now. So obviously I'm disappointed it wasn't Taylor, but I love to just see Lizzo doing her thing. She got a flute, and she was just like being flutio.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Her
that's
flute is like one of
the flute.
Her fluting abilities are one of my favorite things about her.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. And it definitely sets her apart.
And she's so good at it. And, you know, I feel like she's just making, like, band geeks everywhere
100%.
proud. Even though I'm not saying, like, if you're in a band, you're a geek. It's just, like, a trope. Leave me alone. And I feel like James Corden hasn't done Carpool Karaoke in a while. At first, it was, like, strictly legends. And then he got, like, a little desperate and was, like, throwing, like, random people in there who, like, I didn't think had reached the mark yet. And then he, like, stopped doing it.
Yeah. They needed a break.
Yeah, but Taylor's never done it. Beyonce's never done it. Adele has done it. Celine Dion has done it. Who else? Like,
Pink.
legends-wise.
Pink has done it,
Has
I
she?
think. I think so.
Selena
seems like-
Gomez. Has Miley?
Yeah, her whole family had a show on Apple TV.
Yeah, that doesn't count. I'm talking about,
No.
like, the James Corden version.
She definitely did. Yeah, Pink did Carpool Karaoke.
Has Kelly Clarkson?
For sure. I need to watch that if she did.
You know, the super...
Kanye did Airplane Karaoke.
Oh, that was so good. Madonna. You know, the Super Bowl should go through the YouTube playlist of who's been on Carpool Karaoke to see who's, like, big enough for the halftime show.
Kelly's been on Carpool Karaoke.
Okay, good. It should have been Carpool Karaoke.
Ari has been on.
Ari, yes, Selena, the Jonas Brothers with Demi. And then they started doing, like, oh, you're not famous enough to be a legend. Let's put two, like, Demi Lovato and the
Super
Jonas
Bowl.
Brothers.
Like the Super Bowl.
Yeah. But, like, we need Taylor. We need Beyonce.
Yeah.
Katy Perry?
I'm sure she has.
Yeah.
And then we need to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
there
done
she
it.
is.
So he's, like, really hit all of them. Maybe that's why he hasn't done it, because, like, he's ran out of legends.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad Lizzo did one. It's, like, a badge of honor. I feel like it officially means, like, you have staying power in the industry, you know? And she looked great. She sang great. I feel like every time I learn more about Lizzo, like, not from her music, but, like, on a conversational level, I like what I see.
Yeah.
She's, like, funny and, like, self-deprecating and, like, good sense of humor.
For sure.
Yeah, and her music is great, so,
Great.
yeah. In a minute,
I'm gonna need a
sentimental
man or woman.
to pump me up.
Feeling fussy.
Walking in my
Balenciaga.
Balenciaga is so funny. You know, it's like a TikTok thing to put, like, ussy. Like, when you do something really good, people are like, wow, Zendaya put her whole Zendussy in this euphoria. Like, when somebody does a really good job, it's like they put their whole Jackie Ussy into, like, your whole pussy into something.
Jackie Ussy. I like that.
Jack Hussy. I don't know what it would be.
No, I like Jackie Ussy.
Yeah, and so I like that she also loves TikTok, a fellow TikTok stan, so she's constantly, you know, using TikTok language in everyday life,
Love it.
which you love to see.
You love to see. Are you ready for our fifth and final story?
It's the final story. It's a final story. Jackie put her whole Jackie Ussy into that song, and that's a magic number.
Fifth and final story. Sorry for partying. Airbnb makes its party ban permanent. Airbnb announced a global temporary ban on parties and events nearly 2 years ago. Now the home sharing company is putting the ban in place permanently. Airbnb will continue to bar disruptive parties and events, including open invite gatherings. Party houses, which people book for a large event for one night, will also stay banned.
Don't you feel like this should be up to the homeowner?
Yeah.
Because let's say, of course, like, you know, if you have a super nice house, you want families to come, you don't want people, like, trashing, and I get that, and parties mean mess. But I think some people would be okay with, like, having their customers pay a premium to rent the house for one night, throw a party that includes, like, cleaning fees. They pay a little bit more. I don't know why, like, Airbnb wants to speak on behalf of all of their...
Right. And also maybe they just like the B&B format, but, like, you should be able to, like, book an Airbnb for one night and, like, have your wedding there. You know, that's a whole other business model for them.
There should be Airbnb biz, like corporate retreats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like it's like so weird. It's kind of like on Cameo. You can book a Cameo as a business, but everyone has a personal rate and a business rate, because you'd obviously pay more to be like, I love LaCroix. It's delicious and bubbly.
Interesting.
Yeah, so, like, if somebody wants to do it as, like, an official venue with, like, a party, as, like, a venue for a party, venue for a corporate retreat, venue for a family reunion, like, no, actually family reunion could go in the personal one, but there should be, like the homeowner should have the option to make more money if they want to.
Also, what constitutes a party? You know,
right? Is a dinner party like, oh, I'm renting an Airbnb. 3 couples are coming over for dinner. You know?
Yeah. How many people is a party? What level of noise is a party?
I think more than 20 people is a party.
What if you had, like, 25 people and it's a silent disco?
That sounds So fun.
What if you have 30 people? It's a silent disco of sober people.
No, that's definitely interesting. I just feel like it should be up to so many people make their living exclusively on Airbnb, and I just don't think Airbnb should be restricting how homeowners want to use their house. Like if the owner's up to it,
yeah,
like you have to take, okay, let's say a house is $500 a night, but if you want to throw a party, it's $1,500 and you owe me a $3,000 deposit just in case you break stuff, and a cleaning fee. Like what homeowner wouldn't want that? Like
the option,
but
wouldn't most people just like pretend to try and get away with having a party and paying a lesser rate?
Like, yes, but that's fucked up. Like that's not cool. No.
Airbnb is a crazy concept.
And they're always like making crazy rules.
You know, like they're very heavy-handed in their management.
Yeah.
But just this idea that like people are renting out their homes.
But the thing is with Airbnb, it's usually not people's primary homes.
No, but a lot of people like sometimes do, like it's both.
Yeah, but I think like the way that a lot of people turn it into like a full-fledged business is by renting out properties that they don't live in.
Yeah, and have no intention of ever living
right, like
in.
when you go to Nashville, you really see like how Airbnb has taken over so much of like the real estate economy. Every fucking house, townhouse, condo is like a full flip. No one lives there permanently, and they make huge income every year just by renting it out to like bachelorette parties.
It's very cool.
Visitors.
And it's changed, like now there's also like Airbnb for cars, you know?
Is there?
It's called Turo.
Oh, but it's not Airbnb.
No. But it's like, you know, they
I need a car for 3 days.
It's like Uber for blank. Like it became its own industry.
Yeah. I think it's great. I just think like, and maybe they're doing this to protect the homeowners, but I just think like give people the option.
Yeah.
And they really should get into like venues.
Don't be a narc.
They should get into like business. Like there should be two.
Yes, but sometimes it's like like I learned on Shark Tank, like you can't do everything,
Yeah.
and you need to focus on your business model, and like also being, you know, a wedding planning
That's
destination.
true.
It's too much.
They
Too many
also
hats.
recently went public, so like they're obviously doing something right.
Yeah.
So like who the fuck am I to say with my private company, you know?
Very private. We're so private.
So private. Should we dive into Dear Toasters? That was a fast five.
Let's, please.
So we've got 3 great submissions that are brought to you by The Green Pet Shop. If you're like us and you talk about your pets as if they're human beings or treat them as your children, #LARP, listen up. Summer's officially here, and the risks of heat stroke in our pets in hot, humid weather are treacherous and very real. So The Green Pet Shop's patented and award-winning Cool Pet Pad is a self-activated gel cooling mat that keeps your pet cool for hours. It's pressure activated, so once your dog or cat lays on the pad, they'll start to feel the cooling effects instantly. The mats are eco-friendly, and there's no water, refrigeration, or electricity required. You just grab and go. So like if you're spending a lot of time outside this summer and your dog's just like following you around, there's no harm in just leaving the pad out, because obviously I think people are more than likely to worry about their pets in the cold, but dogs can get overheated, especially their paw pads on concrete. So just have a nice, safe space for them to relax, like Bruno, Mags, Magnolia, and Theo. Like they need that.
These pads are Bryce tested, Strice approved.
Also, they also just have a lot of great products at the Green Pet Shop. You can add fashion to your order with a pink or gray cover for your cooling mat and a pack of Puy Vuitton Eco Waste Bags. Puy Vuitton are the thickest, strongest, and most stylish eco waste bags on the market. They're made from cornstarch instead of plastic, so you and your dog are going to be a part of protecting the planet. To shop the Cool Pet Pad and the Puy Vuitton Eco Waste Bags, use code TOAST for 20% off at thegreenpetshop.com. That's code TOAST at thegreenpetshop.com. All right, Dear Toasters, our advice segment, we do it every Wednesday, and if you want to submit, it's deartoasters@gmail.com. We will always keep your name anonymous. Do not worry about that. If you want to submit, please do. Just always try and keep it brief. Not like brief, like just give us the need-to-know details, because if you're writing a whole Megillah, even if it's the craziest thing, like we can't read it on the show. So if you've submitted and we haven't read it yet, it might be because yours is too long, or it just sucks, but... Just deartoasters@gmail.com. We need some fresh submissions.
Okay, I need to put my thinking cap on for this first one.
Here's a little bit of background. Okay. My friend's dad walked out on her mom 6 years ago. Since then, my friend's mom has dated around, and she recently fell in love again and married her second husband in June 2021 after they'd been dating for about a year and a half.
Okay.
I've spent time with my friend, her mom, and her new husband, gone out to dinner, hung out at their house. This past weekend, I was back in my hometown for the weekend, and this was also written by a man, a gay man, I just think, because we're used to straight women. Mm-hmm. So this past weekend, I was back in my hometown, and I opened up my Grindr as I usually do. An older man messaged me. My Grindr profile does not show my face, so people don't know who exactly they're talking to. Just a 26-year-old with nice abs, LOL. So I'm scrolling and an anonymous older man messages me and says, "Are you into older? ? Want to play today? ? His profile only showed his smile, but it looked vaguely familiar, and I had a hunch of who it may be. So even though I had no interest in meeting up with him, I replied, "Yeah, do you have a face pic?" Sure enough, it's him, my friend's new stepdad. My friend is out of the country at a wedding with her mom right now, so it makes complete sense that this would be an opportune time for him to cheat. Now I'm struggling to decide if I should tell my friend or her mom. I don't want my friend to have to bear that burden after recently having her parents getting divorced, and I also don't want to spoil my friend's mom's happiness. After all, they could have some sort of open arrangement that is frankly none of my business. What should I do, if anything at all? I promise to provide updates if there are any. So I think...
I don't know.
There's a few... The thing is, like, honestly, I'm torn. I do think, like, it's very possible that they have an open, like, thing. But it's also very possible that, like, her husband's gay and cheating on her. Like, yeah. And that's a real reality. And I do think, like, and I agree with you, like, telling your friend is, like, just passing the burden onto her.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, if you're, like, I don't know, gay men have a way of, like, telling you straight in a way that's, like, non-offensive. And I could see a way, like, of you, if you're close with her mom, just, like, going straight to her and being like, "Listen, I just want you to know, no judgment. This is what I found. We never have to talk about it ever again. But I couldn't, like, really sleep at night if I didn't just show this to you. And then we're done. We'll never talk about it. I swear to God, nothing will change."
Yeah.
I think that's a good way. I don't think you should tell your friend.
I guess that's true. I think that's a good idea.
Right? And I do feel like, you know, straight women really feel like they can trust gay men. There's like this unspoken bond and allyship. So I do feel like if you went up to her and they had some sort of arrangement and you were like, "I don't know what this is. I promise I'll never bring it up again." She would trust you to, like, not tell her daughter and, like, really keep it between and not make things weird.
Yeah. I like that better than telling the daughter and making it her problem, because then also, like, the daughter will eventually tell her mom, and, like, her mom will, whatever her mom chooses to do, like, if she decides to stay with him, or maybe this was, you know, something that she knew about, like, she'll always know that her daughter knows, and, like.
Yeah, and telling the daughter doesn't fix anything. It just adds another person to the mix. And then if the daughter then tells her mom will feel embarrassed that, like, her daughter's friend has known for a few months.
But, like, if this were you, like, in practice,
in
theory, in practice, I would not do a thing, you know?
Yeah, let me think of, like, a friend of mine whose parents I know.
I would make myself forget it. You would go to a friend's parent and tell them that they're like, no, I would just be like.
It sounds like they're close.
I would just
pretend
like I never saw it.
I know, but it's so big.
In practice, but in theory, I like what you're saying.
It's so big. Like, not only is he cheating, but he might be gay. Like, it's such a big secret to keep. It's really tough. That's a horrible situation to be in.
Yeah.
I think if you think the right thing is to not do anything, then don't do anything. But if you do feel like you want to do something.
I'm not saying it's the right thing to not do anything.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying to the person who wrote in.
Yeah, no, but I'm not saying I would do nothing because it's the right thing to do. Because I'm like.
No, like, if you can live with that.
Like, I would be, like, shaking in my boots, like, trying to tell her.
You know, this might be a situation where an anonymous letter comes into play. You know, the first night at bed, Ron put his head between a cocktail waitress's breasts.
Right.
Even though, like, that makes the whole situation more creepy and
weird.
Right,
because then it's also, she has to figure out her relationship, but then also, who the fuck
sent
this to me?
A stranger knows.
Yeah, no, that's scary. That's scarier.
Either do nothing or go direct to the mom.
Yeah. Depending on your personality, like, if you have that sort of a relationship, if you know, are very courageous.
Yeah. But that's the thing with Grindr culture. I think, you know, I would say, like, 9 out of 10 people on Grindr don't have their faces in it because it's really just like an app for physical connection. And sometimes you will run into someone you know. And, like, I have gay friends who've told me about it, and, like, it's literally the worst thing in the world.
That's
especially
crazy.
If you're newly out.
Yeah.
A lot of people use the app to experiment, and since you don't have to show your face, it's like you're not really, you know, there's no risk. Mm-hmm. But then if you, like, message someone, and it's always people in your area, and then you end up messaging someone who you know, or like maybe like your cousin, like, it can get really murky.
Yeah.
Because people don't say their names or their faces. They just have usernames and, like, usually the chin down, and it's usually like a sexy abs pic. So this is the dark side of Grindr that they don't tell you about.
Yeah. So we've given you 2 options. You know yourself and you know this woman and do what you think is best. But I'm sorry that this burden has fallen into your lap.
Yeah, but I do feel like you're equipped to handle it. Like, I really do.
I think so too. I don't know why.
Because you want, like,
You're just speaking like very matter of factly.
No, and because
no, not like emotion. Like just what do I do?
I think if it was like one of the girls' girlfriends, it would be a totally different situation. But the fact that he's like a gay guy just makes me think like the mom will be more open to what he's saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just feel like that's the case.
Yeah.
All right, next up. Hey, Jackson Claude, iconic duo. Hey, I added the iconic duo. It wasn't written.
Oh. I was going to be like, she sounds wonderful.
How you doing? I'm an English toaster in desperate need of advice.
British camper?
A few weeks ago, my boyfriend went on vacation with his friends to Portugal. All the boys that went have girlfriends. We're a big group of friends. Today, my boyfriend let it slip one night that they went to a strip club and one of the boys, Maverick, got a hand job in a shower from a stripper. First of all, ew. Second of all, what do I do with this information? Do I tell Maverick's girlfriend? My boyfriend has sworn me to secrecy, but I just don't know whether I have a duty to tell her, although I'm also aware that if I do tell her, then it would literally ruin her life. Any advice you could provide would be greatly appreciated.
Oh my God, you guys have really had me stumped today.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. You know, I did go through something similar, but it was like with a couple that like I don't know.
I went through something similar too with a couple that I
was talking to a friend of
mine. I had no personal stake in the matter.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine who went on a bachelor party, and he was telling me like one of the guys there who was engaged like did something bad. But I'm like, I don't know these people, so like I just have this information, but I'll never like do anything about it because I don't even know these people.
Literally same.
So, but imagine if you were really close to the situation and the couple.
If I was really.
Your boyfriend put you in a horrible position.
Yeah.
And I love him for being honest with you. Sounds like you guys have a great relationship.
No, I don't like that he told you because why do you need to know? And it makes me feel like, not to like, you know, cast doubt, but it just like makes me feel like he told you this thing about him, about this other guy, because like to get your focus on that and like maybe he did something.
Okay, let's not make it more
and that's
dramatic.
Just what I'm feeling like. Because like why throw Fred under the bus? Maverick, sorry.
Yeah. No, I really don't know what to do here. Like, I would need to know more about your friendship with this girl.
Yeah.
But you know what?
And like their
sounds like it's time for an
relationship,
anonymous letter.
Also, there are showers at the strip club that you can.
That's what I'm confused about for sure.
Unless like they
took a stripper back.
That's different than
Right.
like getting handsy at the strip club.
Yeah, but still, like getting handsy at the strip club is also different than a fucking hand job. Like, everyone gets handsy at a strip club, right? Isn't that what you're supposed? Actually, that's not what you're supposed to do. But like, you always cross a line.
Yeah.
When you go to a strip club.
No, but like
to ejaculate,
taking strip club tings out of the strip club is another line.
Oh yeah. But even like physical skin to skin contact with an orifice is also crossing a line.
Yeah, and it's like you can't pay to get a hand job at a strip club, right?
I mean, it depends on the type of strip club, but like I think you probably can.
But isn't that illegal?
Well, first of all, they were in Portugal, so I don't know the laws there.
I don't know the laws
But like, yeah, no, a lot of strip clubs, like, you know, in the back have, you know, blurred lines.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to make an extra 20.
So if it was, I would say, if it was in the back, maybe don't tell her. But if they left together and took a shower and like, that's a little more serious, don't you think?
Like, yeah, but I still think the hand job in the back is bad.
But couldn't you chalk it up to like bachelor party tings, not your business?
I feel like,
Strip club
first of all,
gone
this wasn't
wild.
even a bachelor party. Second of all, bachelor party gone wild is like getting a lap dance, like maybe putting your hands like on her boob for a second. Like,
let me ask you a question. If you found out that he got a hand job at a strip club,
I would burn the place down. Like ejaculating? I'm like, bitch, literally, I could do that. You could do that. Why do you have to have some random girl do it?
Yeah, in
like
the shower.
That's unacceptable.
Would it make it worse if they went back to the hotel and it happened?
Of course.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you have all this time, like on the cab ride, up the elevator.
Yeah, like I think there's a difference between getting carried away at the strip club versus taking it home with you.
But I don't think getting a hand job is considered getting carried away. I think it's further than that.
I think it's really carried away.
No, I think it's cheating.
So would you want to know?
Yeah, but the thing about me is like if I was this girl in this situation, like I don't feel bad about like doing the right thing and pissing off like a guy. Like you literally fucked up.
No, it's not about pissing off that guy.
It's about disrupting
her equilibrium
and getting your boyfriend in trouble.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know, but maybe this is just the tip of the iceberg, you know?
Yeah, if you're so easily carried away on a boys' trip, it's like not going to be hard for you to cheat again, or that doesn't mean you haven't done it before.
Yeah.
I think you should tell her, but like before you do, like you have to get her solemn swearitude that you won't tell him that you heard from this girl, because then that gets her boyfriend in trouble. And then her boyfriend looks like a loser. Like, you're not like going to be like bro code. Like, so
this is a mess.
If there's a way you can guarantee the girl won't rat you out, I do think you should tell her.
Okay.
Or an anonymous note.
No, because then she also has to worry about who knows.
This is a case for Formspring. Remember that anonymous forum like you used to have in high school, and it was like, ask me anything. People would be like, you're fat. And I'm like, why the fuck did I put this up?
Yeah.
Formspring. Tell her, be like, we should get back into Formspring, girly. And then be like the first one, like, when your boyfriend went to Portugal, he got a hand job from a stripper in the back of a shower.
Yeah. Unclear where the shower was.
Sometimes Formspring is the only answer. And I mean that.
I'm sorry we couldn't be more helpful.
I thought I was helpful. I think you should tell her. But, like, make sure you don't get your boyfriend in trouble, because then he's, like, going to hate you. And, like, his friends will think he's a loser. Next up, and the final one.
But maybe the friends are a losery group of friends that need to disband because they're going to Portugal and getting hand jobs at the strip club.
And, like, this is the sign that, like, maybe you
and
really are growing apart.
And they have girlfriends, yet they're not doing a couple's trip, but it was also no one's bachelor party.
Right. Like, if you're going to a strip club on a bachelor party, that's more understandable. But, like, just a trip with your friends to go to a strip club, no, I'm sorry. Strip clubs for people in relationships are extenuating circumstances, like a bachelor party. Mm-hmm. All right, final one. Hey, girlies, I've been listening for about a year now, and I love your podcast. And I need some advice about my current boyfriend. We've been doing long distance for 3 years. I noticed he was following some random girls on Instagram. I asked him if he was friends with these girls, and he said no, he was not. So, of course, I said, so why are you adding them on Instagram? He then proceeded to say I was controlling since I was checking his Instagram followers. I just think in a committed relationship, you shouldn't feel the need to look at and follow random girls that you don't know. Do you guys think I'm justified, or am I actually crazy? Lol, thank you.
Are they famous girls? Or
no, it sounds like random girls.
Like with 300 followers, and he's one of them.
And I like how you write, do you girls think I'm justified, or am I actually crazy? Because you are fully being gaslit. Like, and he's making you think this is like a crazy thing for you to think when it's completely rational.
Yeah, no, I think following like Instagram thoughts is just like fine and something we all have to accept, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But following girls, the difference is like the Instagram model or, you know, bikini model, whatever, is never going to see your husband, notice him, whatever. But like when a girl who doesn't have a big following, like sees this guy, it's like he has visibility with her. And I think that is weird.
It's very weird. And honestly, what I find even weirder than the fact that he follows these girls was his reaction to your question. Like, it's full gaslighting. You're controlling. Like, this guy sounds like a walking fucking red flag. Like, I really think you gotta go, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's really weird. I've never had to think about like following random lay people.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like, he could DM her and like start a relationship.
And he's making you feel like you're being unreasonable and crazy and controlling, and you're literally not. And that's just like the beginning of the mind games, honestly. I don't see this ending well. I think you should get out. I know that's like not the answer you were looking for.
Claudia's giving extreme takes, and I'm feeling very conflicted today.
Sometimes like people show you who they are, and like you have to believe it. Like, that's a crazy fucking response. And like even the way she was writing to us, like she thinks she might be acting crazy. You're not. He's literally gaslighting you.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Deuces. Thank you for writing in, though.
Sorry about the 3 years.
And thank you to everyone who wrote in. Again, that's DearToasters@gmail.com every Wednesday. So if you didn't get read this week, there's always next week.
And it's a long-distance relationship. So if these are, like, local girls that he's following who he has the ability to get in touch with, like, it's nefarious.
Yeah. This is not it at all. But that was it, because that was our show. But it's not over yet, because if you're listening as a podcast, Jill Zarin interview coming up right now. And if you're watching on YouTube, head over to the previous video on our channel. The Jill interview lives there rent-free. So thank you so much. Tomorrow's episode will be podcast only. We're not going to be in studio. We're going to be recording from the Hamptons. So we'll get like a fresh, bucolic energy.
Yeah, we'll just be like out East girlies.
Thank you so much for listening to the Morning Toast, the Millennium Morning Show, where we deliver the fast stories that you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Please give thumbs up. Enjoy this interview with Jill. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.